everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Chiefs going up against the Bears. With that, let's welcome in our fine broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, thank you much, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to one of our favorite spots, venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Chicago Bears. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now a first carry for Mel. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Action. It's Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. It's Hughes. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 83 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Nice move at the 40. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, you know, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Second down here after the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be in the red zone. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off inside the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And the receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
No gain on the play there. Second down. second down, here's Mahomes. Looking deep downfield. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now Gordon on first down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
That was good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon, that is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Now it's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Adam Shaheen, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bears will extend their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ware takes the give from Mahomes, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Spencer Ware's numbers on the ground a week ago. 21 carries, 60 yards.
And we all know he had a big workload last week, so I'm eager to see if they decide to back him off a little bit. Personally, I hand it to him 20-plus times again. When a running back's locked in like he is, I want him to keep touching the football.
That's caught by Meredith, right side. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. On the ground, this is Ware. They find some open field here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here we go now.
Mahomes now on first down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Spencer Ware, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Here we go.
going to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do
They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hughes. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the...
And got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
There's obviously nothing shy about the guys dialing up offense here. They take a shot on third down, and boy, did they get rewarded, even though there was good defense on the play.
Here's Trubisky. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And nothing but daylight ahead. 20, 10, 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Another all-pro play by the all-pro Eric Berry. What makes this guy so good at reading defenses is making pick-6 plays like that.
But we know he's fantastic athletically, can cover sideline to sideline, end zone to end zone. But he does make educated guesses. Great film study, observation during a game. And when he decides to go after it, it usually turns out right.
He had a pair of pick-6s in 2016 and a very memorable pick-2 against the Falcons. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick-6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a KC touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Now a play fake here on first down. Sliding out of the pocket. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And the offense lining up first and 10. Now Trubisky to throw. It's brought in by Kevin White. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He completes it right side to White. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. On first and 10, it's Trubisky. Flush to his right. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Adam Shaheen with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he knocks it through.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
This fielded at the 2. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this is Gabriel on the catch. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 30. And he takes this thing down deep into Chicago territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Mahomes to throw once more. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now here's Mahomes. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here.
Encroachment, defense.
So it was the defense that jumped, and that'll move them 5 yards closer.
I wonder how they did it. What if they twitched a little bit up front, you know, a little subtle head movement that the officials didn't detect, but they got it done. Now they're 5 yards closer for their field goal attempt.
And Santos able to put this one up. Now you folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. This will be taken in at the 1. Nifty move. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They go play action here on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And his throw is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Now Mahomes giving to Ware on the draw. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on 1st and 5, and it leaves him with a more standard second down. Yeah, I think the blitz there really disrupted the draw.
Yeah, and it's usually
intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now Trubisky. He won't get in, but they are going to have the football in a great spot. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Well, they were obviously backed up. Had a little bit of space from the goal line, snapping it from the 3, but still try to throw it. And
yeah, exactly. This is where hindsight is 2020 comes into play, right? Seems like a good idea to throw the ball there. Maybe you'll surprise him and catch him off guard. Instead, you've created a turnover, put your defense in a bad spot.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll run now with Ware. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. That's complete to White. 11 yards for number 11.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. They go play action. Trubisky flushed out right. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20. 23 yards on the play.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Trubisky will throw. And he fires one incomplete. Adam Shaheen was the intended target, and it's 3rd and short.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy, though. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Adam Shaheen, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
This fielded at the 2. And he's got room. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Trubisky on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time. And what's going on? Back now at Soldier Field. It's Bears football, but they trail on the scoreboard as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. Throwing here, Trubisky. It's caught. This is White. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. On 1st down, Trubisky. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Now it's Trubisky, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Adam Shaheen, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Bears draw a bit closer. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and it's all about.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Shaquille Barrett coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And give him a gain of 37. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. So they complete the pass, and now they face a 2nd down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Caught. Kelsey, left side. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. All you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On the run, it's Ware. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Out left to Shaheed. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
They run it here. Ware. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And they take a knee. outside. They're playing press coverage. One last shot for Trubisky. Flush to his right. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that...
Don't forget, work on installing your game plan prior to this week's matchup.